Yo, welcome to this episode of Afrosmurph Racing League. This is round 3. If you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, because there's definitely always going to be more where this came from. Now, in case you haven't, you're not aware, in rounds 1 and 2, well, we've had a few hiccups, but we're in round 3. We're looking to make up for a lot of that. Let's just say we don't like the SLS AMG, okay? He's our eternal rival for the rest of this season, at least, of the season 1. But with round 3 about to be underway, let's boogie. As the roar of the engine now can be heard, resounding off the walls of Watkins Glenn, with putting the power down, the SLS AMG's right there behind us in our rearview mirror. I see him, and I don't want to see him ever again. With a big lead, Afrosmurph has 2 to 3 car lengths. That all-wheel drive definitely making a difference. With that 512 right behind it, it has 500 horsepower, so it's no slouch. It just doesn't quite have the handling capabilities, well, as its more modern compatriots. So Afrosmurph easily leading the way with, well, every bit of chaos going on behind it as the R8 goes a little wide, but more cars go wide as we hit the chicane, the double chicane, I should say. Nobody in sight as we are looking to hit the big right-hand turn. Not much to speak of, as well, it's too easy out here. It's the front of the pack. Nobody's out here wasting our time trying to battle us. We have no AMG trying to destroy us. They're 4 or 5 cars behind, so definitely not worried about them. That R8 though and that RX-7 are looking kind of fast, considering that my pace isn't all that high right now, and I am playing with the difficulty all the way up plus or minus 5, so it's 95 plus or minus 5 for the difficulty. But enough on that tangent as we now come into the braking section. We have still a very sizable lead, but it is feeling to shrink as it looks like the RX-7 is making a move on the R8. It is up the inside and has made the move. Can it keep the power down going up into the hill? We'll come back and find out later as we get a little sideways. Coming into this turn, though, the RX-7 does still have the lead. The R8 right behind it with the R34 GTR right behind it, V-Spec. It's got 700 horsepower itself, all-wheel drive. It is definitely no slouch. But the good news is no AMG in sight. We're good to go. Our internal rival, well, let's just say he ain't got the smoke this time. Finishing lap 1 now with many car lengths behind us. The RX-7 still has the lead over the R8, but that GTR is looking close enough to make a move on the R8, so we'll see if they actually do make a move, as there's quite a big gap between the RX-7 and the 2 battling behind it, as there's an even bigger battle going on behind it. But again, with no one near us, we're just cruising along, hopefully not losing time. Afrosmurph in the lead, way out in front. Not entirely sure what the split is, but let's just say it's a mile as it gets into the dirt, as the first mistake of the race has now been made. Will it be what is called a snowball effect as we go into the chicane? Afrosmurph keeping it nice and tidy. No RX-7 to speak of as far as in attack position, so carrying on to the long right-hand turn. You can kind of hear the R34 and the RX-7 on the other side of the track. That big RB25 making a lot of noise, as it looks like it has made the move probably on that R8. As the RX-7 again rounds the corner behind us. We come into the big right-hand turn going up the hill. The all-wheel drive kind of letting us down a little bit as we get a little bit of understeer, then oversteers as we get the power down ahead on the straight. The RX-7 inching its way closer to Afrosmurph. Nothing much you can do about it. If he can't pick up the pace, he's pretty much asking to get past, or if he keeps making mistakes. So we'll find out, as there's maybe 4 or 5 seconds behind him at this moment right in time right now, as he gets close to the wall and near the grass, gets the power down with that 500 plus horsepower and that all carbon chassis. It's going to be hard for the RX-7 to keep up with its inferior technology, but it is lightweight, it is fast. It does have 200 more horsepower, so we'll see what happens. Finishing lap 3 now. the RX-7 still about the same distance coming into the first turn braking zone. The R34 GTR behind it, but losing significant time to the RX-7. Looks like there's a battle between 4 or 5 cars going actually behind it, so that could be something to keep an eye on as we're coming around lap 3. Still not a challenge yet, as the RX-7 is still not making a move. May even be a little farther behind at this point in time. Nice and smooth through here, coming into this chicane section. Easy does it on the brakes. The RX-7 looks significantly closer out of nowhere. I don't know how that happened. Into the long right-hander now. Yes, you can hear the RX-7's rotary engine Doritoing away in the background. As another mistake is made, that's the second one of the day, hitting the wall. Afrosmurph gets back on track nice and tidy as the Koenigsegg now looking to make a move on the RX-7 with the GT2 RS behind it. The RX-7 is significantly closer, within 1 second now. If this was Formula 1, he'd have DRS powers. But it's not. We have normal cars, and, well, I have all-wheel drive, so let's get the power down. It's crunch time now. As you can see, the Koenigsegg just bearing down right there next to the RX-7. Now making the move into the brake zone as we go down the hill and then back up. I get the power down. The RX-7 not quite strong enough to keep the Regera with his 1500 horsepower behind. With a LaFerrari behind it, Afrosmurph makes a huge drift, huge mistake. The RX-7 right up next to him. There's a LaFerrari behind of the GT2 RS. Now is the chance for the RX-7 to make the move, keep second place, as the podium is still intact as far as opportunity goes for Afrosmurph. Third place now is the RX-7 now gets the power down ahead of him. The LaFerrari now bearing down, trying to make a move, going up the inside. Goodbye with your near 1,000 horsepower as eases right by me in the braking zone. The RX-7 still holding second position, but maybe not for long, as that LaFerrari with its very voluptuous V12, oh my. That hybrid V12 is just too fast as it goes up the inside and up the hill through into the chicane section coming up. The GT2 RS also making up a lot of time as Afrosmurph is losing too much time to the RX-7 ahead and the LaFerrari. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have to make a move for that podium position. It's fourth place now, and Afrosmurph wants it. It's going up the inside, not quite close enough to make a move into the chicane. The RX-7 keeps it nice and tidy together as Afrosmurph chases him through. Coming out of the chicane into the long right-hander, the GT2 RS is way too close for comfort for Afrosmurph as the RX-7 is still right there. It's too close to call, as fourth place is up for grabs for everybody, but that podium is still the target, as now Afrosmurph behind the RX-7, who has the GT2 RS with this another Lamborghini behind. Not much of a threat right now, but if we keep battling any harder than this, just might be. The GT2 RS looking to make a move, get the power down into the long straight as the long right-hander has now ended. The LaFerrari is just pulling away. We have nothing left for it as the RX-7 700 horsepower, giving it superior straight line speed. But can we make the move stick coming into the next big braking zone as we go up the hill? The RX-7 not having enough torque down low. Will it be able to keep the lead? Yes, it can. As the other Lamborghini behind us, not quite close enough. Getting the power down, the RX-7 doesn't quite have it. Hits the brakes for whatever reason, didn't decide to take that inside. Afrosmurph backs out like some kind of sissy, who knows why. The GT2 RS now looking to make a move up the inside, and there he goes, way too easy. Left the inside open, and Afrosmurph had nothing to do but to take fifth place. With his focus face on, Afrosmurph now looking up the inside of the GT2 RS. Later on the brakes just by a little bit. Going up the inside, the GT2 RS gets the power down at the same time. They're rubbing, they're racing, they're rubbing, they're racing. Heading up to the next turn, the RX-7 still keeps the lead. The GT2 RS still there, but not quite making a move as we head into the S sections. The chicane is going to be where the last chance I can make a move. Looks like as he's coming around the corner, the RX-7 has a very good position. He has the lead, but Afrosmurph goes on to the right-hand side. Inside, hits the brakes, tries to make the turn. The RX-7 turns into him, spins him around. What an idiot. That RX-7 just took out Afrosmurph, and that's all there is to it. That's fifth place gone, sixth place gone, and Afrosmurph has now furious. That maybe there's two rivals now, but first and foremost, that SLS AMG, you're rival number one. You're my Max Verstappen. That RX-7, you're my Nico Rosberg. I don't like you, but I don't hate you. On to lap 6, as we're now got a Performante right behind us coming in. We cannot afford to lose another position. That Performante is faster than it looks. Getting the power down in a straight line. It's coming into this corner. We don't have the opportunity for DRS, so this is going to be a straight fight till the end. With that Lamborghini Performante right there, it's ALS Advanced Aerodynamic System kicking in here. Can we keep it behind, as it does probably have far superior aerodynamics? Going up the hill now. The Performante not quite there to make a move, but Afrosmurph is going to keep it together, it looks like. Unless he hits the wall again, and he hits the wall in the grass, the Performante right behind him gets the power down. Afrosmurph has to keep that position if he wants to stay any kind of relevant in the championship. With his last race, he got 11th or 12th place, so if he loses this position, there is nothing for him left in this race. He has no chance of getting any kind of win as far as the championship goes. So, keeping that position, he goes around keeps it around the outside. The Performante had not enough power to keep up, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Afrosmurph with the 6th place finish. Nice recovery after the RX-7 completely demolished him, but can definitely do better. 41 seconds behind that ungodly fast Koenigsegg DRS. But I'm Afrosmurph. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. There's definitely going to be more. I appreciate you. Peace.